Hello and welcome to the Stitchy podcast. I thought we'd have a little catch up. It's Saturday afternoon. It's a lovely, bright winter's day. Actually, we've had a flurry of snow. I live down in the southwest of the UK, down in Devon. And it's very mild. We've got a very sort of mild temperate climate here. And if we have a snow flurry, then thank you, Boo. Okay, Willow's got one of her noisy toys. It's not a great start, Sherry. If we have a snow flurry, I'm set. We've had our snow flurry, but it's so cold. It's really cold. I mean, in comparison to our friends over the pond, you probably have a bit of a giggle about us, but here in the UK, the slightest chance of snow, and we're all very excited. Anyway, I'm Sherry. Thank you for coming to join me. I will be later on announcing the winner of the giveaway that I did last week for one of our Floral Edit bouquets. You've picked a really noisy toy. She's laying on the floor with this toy in her mouth looking at me. We've got to see how this goes. Nice and still. You were asleep a minute ago. Yes, I'll do the giveaway for that. I'm doing a podcast. Excuse me. You can't be doing that. I'm doing a podcast. You've got to get down. She's going through a little phase that whenever I sit down, she feels like she has to be with me. Very unprofessional. She's in the hallway. Let's see how that goes. We've got her a toy, this toy that makes the most amazing noises. Of course, it's her favourite one. Yeah, so weather chat out the way. So yes, I'll be doing the winner for the giveaway. We've actually already chosen the winner. I'll tell you later on. I so loved reading your comments. It was the best thing. And it's really lovely, little community, I think. It was lovely. I really enjoyed that. So I have been doing a little bit of slow stitching this week. We have been so busy again. We've sent out about 60 or 70 boxes plus orders over the last week. So I haven't had a whole lot of time for stitching, but I have been doing some. And I have been doing some slow stitching using the fabrics that went out in the Selvage Chronicles seed heads. So if you have one of our seed heads, you will recognise these fabrics. And I basically just had a piece of fabric. I will be putting a little tutorial up if you're interested in knowing how to do it. I've been doing this for years. I'll just put lots of fabrics together, and then once they're kind of stitched down, I like to embellish them, and just lots and lots of stitches. And this has been stitched over the last week really. And I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. It's nearly finished. I'm making this for somebody. This is very nearly finished. Well, the outside is nearly finished. And then I'm going to make it into a little pouch. A little lined pouch, but I have so enjoyed doing that. Also, while I'm talking about tutorials, if you have received or are about to receive one of our embroidery patterns in one of the boxes that you've got, I will be putting either little stitch, not tutorials, but either be putting up little videos with me stitching them so you can see how I've done it, or there'll be Instagram photos, or both. But yes, so that was done with that. And if you ordered our next one, that is starting to go out, that Stitch Club is starting to go out next week. Also, the Harry Potter Club is going out next week. The rest of the Folklore Artisans are going out next week, and the cast on box, which I'll talk about again in a minute, and something else that we're just about to put up. While I'm thinking about slow stitching, I have been watching somebody called, I think it's Stitch with Rachel, and she was talking about doing, and she does a lot of quilting, and she was talking about doing a quilt, I think she was doing, with circles. Just my thing, because I have used circles for my nature journal. I've put circles, all the birds. Each month I've done a bird or something like that, and I've cut it out in a circle and stitched it on. I made a little quilt for my grandson, which was circles. I love it. I don't know what it is about circles. I just love stitching circles. So I'm thinking I'm not going to do a quilt because I don't think I'm going to do that, but I think I might do something with circles next year, a little sort of daily embroidery. So thinking about what Rachel's saying, but sort of slightly different, a bit more of an organic thing, part of a new nature journal. And we've got a couple of exciting things to tell you about in the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to tell you about them today because I've already got quite a few things to say, but yeah, circles. I think I might do that. I'll tell you a bit more about that and make a bit more sense on another time. So, yeah, it's December 2nd today, isn't it? I mean, Christopher said to me yesterday, it's Christmas in just over 3 weeks' time, and I thought, oh! So I put some twinkle lights up and lit my candles. And I get my Christmas decorations out in 2 batches. I get all of my like Christmas mugs out and lights and things like that. And then when I get the Christmas tree, I get the second batch out. And the lights are starting to go on people's houses, twinkle lights, and the Christmas trees are being sold. I will make a big list and then it will all happen, but not all ready for it at all. So talking of Advent, that means you're opening our Advent calendars, and thank you for all your lovely messages. I'm really glad that you're enjoying them. I will read at the end, day 1 and day 2 of the Advent calendar, just to give you a taste of what this year's Advent calendar is like. But it also means Advent calendars for me, because I did so Christmas would not be Christmas without Nikki Franklin, honestly. She's part of my Christmas and part of the stitching into the new year, and just that feeling that you get around Christmas where you just think, oh, do you know, I can actually relax. And Nikki and I did a little swap this year, and I opened her Advent calendar yesterday. It's beautiful. If you've got one, you'll know how beautiful it is. Anything that she does, all of her kits, they're just, something about it when you open them, it just makes you feel special. So I've got that. I'm doing that because it's on my table at the moment. It's going upstairs with, I treated myself to the Liberty Advent calendar as well. And I opened both day 1s on those. So that's really, really exciting. So yeah, I open mine in the evening as well. After sort of a day's work, I sit down and I relax and I think, oh, I'm going to open my Advent calendars. When do you open yours? Some people I know open them first thing of the morning. They open their little yarny parcels and use it there and then. Some people don't. I have people messaging saying they've just started using their Advent calendar from maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I am crocheting with the Advent calendar, so I will show that. So I will read a couple of days at the end. Thank you so much if you ordered the Christmas cast on. So I talked about that on here last week and it sold out really quickly. They've already gone, and we've put up a second batch. And I think this morning there were about 10 left. So if you did want one of the Christmas cast on boxes, they are going out from this Wednesday. So if you are in America, obviously I can't promise you, but it should be with you in plenty of time for Christmas. Parcels are taking around 7 to 10 days. Slightly longer for Canada. I always have to talk about this, don't I? But I have lots of people messaging me asking me that. But so they're going out Wednesday. So yes, they should be with you in plenty of time for Christmas. We also have another couple of little things that we put together for you. The first one is called Wonderland, like Winter Wonderland. And it is another little sort of collection that we put together for you. So this is Liberty. So this one is made in, as the cast on box was, these are sort of their quilting weight fabrics. And this is so lovely. It's so, so pretty. So we've got this, a little DPN cozy. DPN cozy. Why did I say DPN cozy? A little DPN cozy, and the yarn, the sock set that goes with it. So this actually is in 2 weights. We've got sock weight, or we have got double knit, depending on what you would prefer. But they're really pretty. I've called them Winter Wonderland. I mean, although it's Christmassy, it's just wintry. So I think it's lovely for your knitting over the next few weeks, really. And the other one, this is called Country House. And this is the fabric. So we've used this fabric before and it was popular and we loved it. And again, this comes with a little DPN cozy polka dot, obviously. And this is the yarn that goes with it. So we've called it Country House because it's just this feeling of squishy sofas and I don't know, maybe floral chintz and big rugs on the floor and a fire, and it's that kind of feeling. So the yarn these have got 2 20 gram, and it will come with a couple of little extras in the box as well. And yeah, I love it. So they are in the shop now. So that is Country House. They've just been added to the shop. Country House and Winter Wonderland. So hope you love those, and they will be ready to ship once we've got the next batch of cast on boxes. Then we will ship these, and so they'll probably start going out Thursday. So that's it. There's no more yarns to show you today. So I'm going to actually do the winner of the giveaway, and that is, we did this earlier, random number thing. And it is Pam Shaw, and she talks about how important knitting is to you and what an outlet it is. And I think reading through the comments, it's just, I think we all do feel the same. I think when you do it because I cannot just sit. I can't just sit. I have to be doing something. My mum always used to say to me, why? You're always doing something. I have to. I can't just sit. Even if I'm, whether it's knitting, stitching, reading something, flicking through, I'm always having to do something. But when you pick up something and create, it just gives you this sense of calm, I think. And it is therapy, definitely. And I think we all feel that. The first thing you want to do when a baby's born is you want to make something, don't you? It's a way of showing love as well. Definitely that came through in the comments. So many of you said things like that. So yeah, I thought it was lovely. So congratulations, Pam. And yeah, let me know your address and I'll get that off to you straight away. There is going to be another little giveaway over on Instagram. I don't know why I do that as if Instagram's next door. Where I'll be giving away one of my hand embroidered bags. So if you're interested in that, pop over to Instagram and enter that competition on there. So and also the Advent. So I'm going to read you a couple of days of the Advent. There is a lady, I think it is Paper and Twine, is her YouTube channel, where she has been opening the Advent, which is really lovely. So thank you for sharing that. And I'm just going to read you now. I'll stop waffling now, and I'll read you the first couple of days of the Advent. Thank you for spending time with me. Once again, thank you for all your lovely comments last week, and I will see you next week. So we did 2 Advent calendars this year. We did the Floral Edit Weekly Advent, and we did the Dickensian Yuletide 24-day Advent. And that comes with a little narrative. So this is December the 1st. On this December the 1st, as every year, Copperfield is sitting on his favourite stump in the highest part of Foxglove Wood. It has a fine view over to the fields beyond to Drewston Hall, and is a most excellent place for thinking. This indeed is a good thing, as young Copperfield is a rabbit with much thinking to do. At this moment, if you look carefully, you will see that his eyes are closed. He's not asleep, merely deep in thought, remembering past adventures at Christmas. In particular, he's remembering the winter gathering of 2 years ago. What an adventure that was! I wonder if he'll have an adventure this Christmas. Arthur the Blackbird looks down at the little rabbit from his place on a branch above. Arthur is a great organiser and doer of things. He has just returned from the barn over at Foxglove Cottage, full of ideas, and can't wait to tell Copperfield about his plans for this year, but he doesn't want to disturb the little rabbit just yet, so we'll just have to wait until tomorrow to find out. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. December the 2nd. Ahem! Arthur attempted to bring the excited band of animals to attention. Rabbits, hares, otters, squirrels, field mice and beavers, not to mention the birds, were all to be seen, heads bent together and conversing loudly. The voice of Howard the wren, the chattiest wren you ever did hear, could be heard discussing the song he had in mind for the choir to sing this year around the tree on Christmas Eve. Ahem! One by one, the animals nudged each other into silence, and all but Howard's voice trailed away. Georgia put her wing through Howard's and squeezed it, gesturing with her head towards Arthur. Howard stood upright, elaborately shushed everyone else, and looked around disapprovingly. Arthur blinked at him. Arthur's blinking could be quite formidable. The animals began pulling scarves up to their faces and burying paws in mittens as a hush fell upon the group. It was late in the afternoon, and a fog was descending along with the darkness. "I would like to bring your attention," Arthur looked down at the assembled group, pleased to find his announcement now the focus of attention, "that Beth will be reading A Christmas Carol by Mr. Charles Dickens in the barn each evening. I overheard her telling young Tommy. There should be plenty of room. Our dear friend Gerald," who was, dear reader, a friendly goat, "has offered comfortable seating in the hay bales in his corner of the barn." Several of the animals hopped and tweeted with excitement. How they loved to hear Beth read aloud to her family of an evening as her husband Joe worked away in the barn. Copperfield the rabbit felt a fluttering in his tummy at the mere thought of it. Arthur waited for the melee to settle again before once more giving a little cough for attention. Jabbing each other into silence, all heads looked up again at the impressive blackbird who, I should probably have mentioned before, was wearing his Christmas hat. "I thought," he began, pausing for an instant, "I thought perhaps on Christmas Eve we might then put on a little Christmas performance." You must imagine the hopping and hooting and squawking that ensued. The ancient tower of a church, whose gruff old bell was always peeping slyly down at Scrooge out of a Gothic window in the wall, became invisible and struck the hours and quarters in the clouds with tremulous vibrations afterwards, as if its teeth were chattering in its frozen head up there. That's the first 2 days of the Advent. Hope you enjoyed it. There were a couple of little quotes from A Christmas Carol at the end of each day. I hope you're enjoying opening your Floral Edit Advent too. We so enjoyed putting them together for you and are so excited to know that we're sharing your Christmases with you, your preparations to Christmas. So hope you enjoy the rest of the story. See you soon.